If you're looking for ideas for profitable digital products to sell online, you're in the right place. Today, I'm spilling the tea and sharing my top 9 picks for digital products that are going to be selling like crazy and high in demand this coming year. And the good thing is 8 out of 9 of these types of digital products can become completely passive, meaning that you only have to do the work to create them one time up front, and then you can set them up to sell over and over again on autopilot without you having to do any further active work to fill orders. Now, if you're a digital product seller or you want to become one, because I mean, who wouldn't want to make passive money working from home? Then I have something that's going to help you tremendously. It's what I wish I would have had when I first started. It's my digital product masterclass, where I walk through the 4 crucial steps that you'll need to take to get your digital products business up and running and earning real revenue from day one. If you haven't set up shop or made any sales yet, or even if you have, but you just haven't seen the level of success in your business that you'd like to, this class is exactly what you need. It's completely free to watch and only 45 minutes long, so click the link in the description box below after you're done watching this video to hop over and jump in. All right, our first digital product type we're talking about today are activity printables. These are any kind of printable activities for kids or adults that would be something that the customer can instantly download, print out, and use. Some examples of this type of product might be a date night idea card set or advent cards for the Christmas season. I found this listing on Etsy for printable advent cards for kids. It's a whole bundle that you can instantly download and print out for the advent season, and you can see that this is in demand. 8 people have bought this in the last 24 hours. Printables of all kinds have been on the rise for the last few years, but specifically DIY and activity printables are going to continue to rise in popularity and sell really well, specifically on platforms like Etsy. Our second type of digital product here are also printables, but these are educational printables. This category encompasses any type of product that's going to be, again, able to be instantly downloaded and printed out by the customer, specifically in the realm of education, whether it be for adults or children. Some examples of specific products here might be language flashcards or pre-K resources. Here's an example of an educational printable on Etsy that we can see is definitely in high demand. It's in over 20 carts right now, and when we analyze the listing, we see that this specific listing has an average of 66 monthly sales. If we multiply that by the sale price of this listing right now, which is on sale for $11.67, we get a total average monthly revenue of $770.22. Now remember, this is only on this one listing. The shop is full of these types of listings, I'm sure, that are all doing really well. So these types of educational printables, again, are going to continue to rise and be in high demand on platforms like Etsy in the coming year. All right, moving on to product type number 3, and this is AI art. Now, regardless of how you feel about AI tools, stick with me here for a minute, because this type of product is one of the very easiest and simplest that you can make and truly earn passive income from. Now, you may be wondering, are you even allowed to sell artwork that was created with an AI tool online? And the answer is, it depends on what platform you're using, but if we're talking specifically about Etsy, they recently came out and took a stance on AI products being sold on their platform. In this article from the Etsy Seller Handbook, they state, after carefully considering the complex issues surrounding AI-generated content, we've decided to continue to allow sellers to use their original prompts in combination with AI tools to create the artwork they sell on Etsy. Further down, it says, sellers must disclose within their listing description if an item is created with the use of AI. So the basic gist of this is that you can sell AI-generated art as long as it was generated using your own original prompt. This means that you haven't bought prompts from someone else, but you've come up with the prompt that you gave the AI tool yourself, and you also have to disclose in your Etsy listing that this was indeed made with help from an AI tool. So let's take this listing on Etsy, for instance. When you scroll down and look at the description, you can see at the bottom here where it does disclose artwork produced with the help of AI technology. So we know this is an AI generated piece of art, but we can also see this is in demand. 6 people have bought this in the last 24 hours. It's also got one of Etsy's bestseller badges, so we can know that this is actually selling really consistently. Now, if you're wondering how to actually go about starting to create artwork like this using the help of AI, there are lots of different AI tools out there, but one of my favorites is Kittl. Kittl is a graphic design platform that encompasses a lot more than just AI, but they do have some really great AI capabilities. So let's take a look real quick so I can show you exactly what you could do to generate digital products to sell online. So here I am inside of my Kittl editor, and if I come over to the left-hand side, I can go to the icon on the bottom that says Kittl AI, and specifically I want to show you the image generator and the sets generator. So with the image generator, I can click on this and give it a prompt to describe the type of image I'm looking for. Let's say I want a picture of a deer crossing a bridge on a snowy winter evening. Then I'm going to come down to styles and I can choose from several different options of image styles, clip art styles, and vector styles. So under image styles, we've got everything from digital art to photography, anime, retro. There's lots of different choices there. We've got watercolor clip art, cartoon clip art, kawaii. Then under vector styles, we've got line art, vintage drawings, vector art, cartoon. So there's lots of choices here. But for now, I'm going to come back up to image styles and try this oil painting style. So once I've selected my style, I'm going to click generate image. And here it's generated an image of my deer crossing the bridge on a snowy evening in this oil painting style. Now I think this is beautiful and could be used as is, but if I wanted to try again, I could click to generate another image using the same prompt and style, or I could go back and change either the prompt or the style. So let's try this instead of the oil painting in an acrylic style. Click generate, and here's another version of it in a different style, which I think is also really beautiful. All right, one other thing I want to show you is Kittle's erase and fill feature. So I've got my image here. Let's say I've got a photo that I want to use, but I don't want a specific part of the photo to be in it. I want to erase just a single portion of the photo. I can select it and come up here to the eraser symbol. And then over on the right, toggle on where it says erase and fill. And now I can simply use my cursor as a brush to brush over the part I don't want. So if I don't want this pencil, I'm going to brush over this. But first I might increase my brush size a little bit by coming to the right and bringing this size slider over. That gives me a little bit of a bigger brush. And I'm just going to click and drag over the pencil. And Kittle's AI technology now is going to remove just that pencil from the photo and fill in the background so that it looks close to the original background. So we can see the pencil is now gone. It's given us a white background underneath, and we can continue to edit this until we're happy with the way this photo looks. There are so many amazing features on Kittle for graphic design, and there's so many different types of digital products you can create on Kittle to sell either on a platform like Etsy or in your own shop. You can try out Kittle completely for free by using the link in the description box below to see if it might be a good fit for your business. And I want to give Kittle a big thank you for sponsoring this portion of today's video. All right, moving on to digital product type number 4, and this is a Notion template. If you're not familiar with Notion, it's a template that many business owners and creators use to track and plan their to-do lists. A lot of people go onto platforms like Etsy to purchase templates specifically for Notion, so they're not having to start from scratch, but they have a layout that they can then just plug their data into. There are all different types of Notion templates out there, but the one I'm thinking specifically of that I've seen that's really high in demand is a life planner on Notion. You can get as robust and creative with this as you want. A life planner might include daily, weekly, or monthly planning spreadsheets, monthly planning pages, a habit tracker, a work log, maybe a family project manager. There's all different things that you can include in a template like this, but you will need a little bit of knowledge of Notion to be able to create this because you're going to have to create the template within Notion because it's specifically for the tool Notion. But if you know it or you want to learn Notion, you can definitely create these and sell them for a little bit higher price than a lot of other digital products might sell for. So this specific listing on Etsy is on sale right now for $15, and it's showing it has an average monthly sale amount of 94 sales a month. So that comes out to an average monthly revenue amount of almost $1,500 just for this one listing. When we look a little bit further at the shop as a whole, we can see they have an estimated average monthly revenue of $10,565 for their whole shop. Now we have to consider that this is not taking into account any discounts they might offer. So let's say even if they had everything in their shop at a 50% discount, this would still put their estimated average monthly revenue at over $5,000 a month just by selling these types of templates. Remember, these are passive products that they only created once up front, and now they're selling on autopilot so they don't ever have to fill these orders. They're literally making sales in their sleep or while they're out living their life because they did the work once up front to create the template, to get it listed, and now all they have to do is watch the revenue roll in. Product number 5 is one of my personal favorites, and this is selling mock-up images. Now, when it comes to mock-up images, if you have a knack for photography, you can totally take these yourself, and that would be a great way to do it because you'll be setting yourself apart and making sure that the images you're selling are truly unique. But even if you don't know photography, you can use AI again to help you generate these types of images to sell. Just remember, you need to check with whatever platform you're selling these on to make sure that that specific platform allows sellers to sell products made with the help of AI. But like we discussed before, if you're selling on Etsy, you can do this as long as you disclose that these were created with the help of an AI tool in your listing. So here's an example of a bundle of different holiday themed mug mock-ups. We can see if if we come over to analyze the shop details, that this shop is only 7 months old, but they've already made 2,196 sales, which equals out to an average of 313 sales per month. Even if you have something priced really low, like this one is on sale for $2.99 right now, at 313 sales a month, you're still bringing in a pretty good side income. And remember, again, this is only on one listing. This shop is full of these listings, so it really does have high potential. Now, if you know you're interested in selling digital products online, but you just have no clue what the right product fit would be for your business, then I have a free download for you that's going to give you a ton of different ideas and help you narrow that down. It's my master list of over 100 different digital product ideas, and I have that linked in the video description box below, so you can grab that right when you're done watching this video. All right, moving right along to our next digital product type, and this is educational videos. You've probably heard the term e-commerce, but maybe you haven't heard the term knowledge commerce. Knowledge commerce has been on the rise for a few years and continues to grow in popularity as people are wanting more and more to get education and training straight from the comfort of their own home. So when you're creating and selling educational videos, this could be anything from a single video masterclass to a video set of 3 or 4 educational tutorials, all the way up to a completely comprehensive full course. The price range on these types of products can range anywhere from low ticket, maybe $7 for a training class, all the way up to thousands and thousands of dollars for a full course and training program. Now, I know what you might be thinking, I'm not an expert in anything, I can't really teach anybody anything. And let me just assure you, as a course creator myself, most of us come into the knowledge commerce space thinking and feeling that way. But the truth is, you don't have to be an expert at what you're teaching. You only have to be a few steps ahead of someone else that could use the knowledge that you have. A good general rule of thumb is to be about 10% ahead of the people that you'd like to teach. You can literally create video courses or master classes on just about any topic. I've seen classes on pet sitting, crocheting, DIY projects, business education, fitness, budgeting. The sky really is the limit here. So think about what you're passionate about, what people tend to ask you about, and if you might be interested in creating a video and creating some educational tutorials to sell. You don't need any fancy equipment to start this. All you really need is a phone that you can record a video on and a way to edit it afterward. When I first started, I used the free iMovie app, which did exactly what I needed it to do for the first few years when I began creating videos. You'll also need to think about where you're going to host your educational videos, as you'll need a platform to host and build these out on. The one I use is Kajabi. I love Kajabi. I've used it for several years, so I'll link that also in the video description below if you'd like to check it out for free and see if it might be a good fit for your business. All right, our next type of digital product is an industry-specific social media template. This could be for any social media platform, but you want to make it industry-specific and platform-specific. So an example of a social media platform I might create this for would be Instagram. I'm going to create a set of Instagram templates that someone can use for their Instagram account, and it's going to be industry-specific. So I'm thinking of creating these in a topical way around a specific niche. Maybe I could create a set of templates that photographers could use, or a set of templates that a pet lover account could use. Maybe I could do this for travel vloggers or real estate agents. But the key here is that I'm creating templates that people can then go and purchase, open up in Canva, edit to be what they want it to be, and use that as the final image they're going to post onto their social media account. Sure, a lot of people could go on and create these for themselves, but you'd be surprised how many people just don't want to start from scratch. Maybe they don't have the time or the energy or even the graphic design skills to create these types of really quality social media images, so they're going to purchase a pack of templates like this to make their process easier. When we look at the analytics for this example listing on Etsy of a travel Instagram bundle, we see that the average amount of monthly sales for this listing is 78. So if we multiply that by the sale amount of $13.93, we get a total amount of over $1,086 each and every month just from this one listing. Again, this is a great example of a passive digital product because whoever created this and is selling this only had to do the effort to create these images, to put these together as a set one time, list them on Etsy, and now again, they're selling over and over again. This one says 5 people bought this in the last 24 hours, but the seller didn't have to do a single thing to fill these orders. It's set up on Etsy to automatically deliver the link to the buyer after purchase, so it truly is passive at this point. Now, I love our next product. It's been in high demand for many years now, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. And this is a planning spreadsheet bundle. There are all different types of planning spreadsheets you could create and sell, but specifically I've seen financial and budgeting planners do really well. You can create a bundle in this for Google Sheets or Excel, or you could even have a bundle that includes both to let people choose which tool they'd like to use it in. I found this listing for a free budgeting Google Sheets planner spreadsheets bundle on Etsy. And here, looking at the analytics, we've got 62 monthly sales on average. If we multiply that by the sale amount of $11.23, that gives us an average estimated monthly total of $696.26. Pretty good for just one listing. Again, if you're interested in creating and selling these types of products, you'll need to have some working knowledge of Google Sheets or Excel or whatever program you're creating these for. And you'll have to have some knowledge of what exactly people are looking for in a planner with around whatever topic or subject you're creating these for. So with the example of a budgeting planner, you'll have to think about what people who are looking to track their finances would need in something like a budgeting planner. You can always do a little bit of market research by looking at similar listings on platforms like Etsy, taking a look at the product description and seeing what other sellers are offering in those best-selling listings. You never want to directly copy someone, but you can definitely look to get information and gain some inspiration for something you could do, putting your own twist on it. All right, next up, we've got a really fun one that is one of the absolute best sellers on Etsy, and this is digital portraits. This is where your buyer is going to send you an actual photograph of whatever the subject is that they want you to turn into a specific style of portrait. Some of the really popular ones are done in a painting style or a cartoon style. This could be a photo of a family, this could be a photo of their pet, this could be a photo of their house. But in this case, your job would be taking that photo from your customer and using your graphic design software, most people would do this in Photoshop, to turn this into a digital portrait that they could then instantly download and print out. When we search the term digital family portrait on Etsy, we can see all of the different fun styles. Again, everything from faceless cartoon styles to more intricate painting styles. Some are even watercolor images. But when you look at this, you'll notice that a lot of these have the bestseller and popular now badge on them, meaning that these are consistently selling really well. Here's one that's highly in demand. It says 93 people have bought this in the last 24 hours. It is marked down on sale right now to $4.95, but when we analyze the listing, we can see that it has an average amount of monthly sales of 466. So when we multiply that by the sale amount, we get an average monthly revenue just for this listing of $2,306. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, 8 out of 9 of these digital product ideas can become passive. This is the one that is a little bit more active because, like I said, you're gonna have to be creating each one of these customized to the buyer. But if you're willing to put in a little bit of more active work and learn how to use a program like Photoshop to do this with some simple Photoshop actions, this is definitely a product type that has been and will continue to be super high in demand, especially around gifting and holiday seasons. So there you go, friend. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to click the links below to try out Kittl for free and to hop over and watch my free 45-minute long digital product powerhouse masterclass to get your digital product business started off on the right foot. Talk soon.